In this day and age, it's popular to demonize social media, especially when you're trying to improve yourself. And there is some truth to that. However, it's not entirely true. So in this video, I'm going to take you guys along for a little bike ride I went on a few weeks ago. And I talked about this in a little bit more depth, my thoughts on how social media sometimes gets some undue criticism, and some ways that you can use social media to your advantage in your journey to personal development, where you can find new information and even make your social media account a place where people can also come to for inspiration as they're trying to improve upon themselves. So with that, let's get into this ride. Everybody nowadays, the popular thing is like, oh, delete the social media, delete it. It's just a damn drain of your time, your resources. It's a black hole. And I think to a large degree, there's some truth to that. The one thing you could think of is you can train that algorithm to your advantage. Like, we all know that we need to take time to better ourselves with further education, but we all also like to scroll. So, the idea that he proposes, and I subconsciously, I guess, have been kind of doing it for a while, not here to be preachy and say, oh, look at me, by any means, but following the right pages and unfollowing or muting pages and people that do the opposite. Anyway, let's pause for a second. Social media, so it can definitely be harnessed for good, because I think most of us, we still enjoy the scroll. And yes, it can be addicting. There's all the studies, and a hell of a lot of bad can come through it. But if you train it, as I was saying right before the river crossing, if you unfollow pages that are not going to benefit you, you mute those negative family and friends that you don't necessarily want to unfollow for whatever reason of saving drama or what have you. You mute them for a while, and then you start following pages that are going to have inspirational quotes that teach skills that, like anything on that genre, that basically are going to give you the motivation to be better, do better, get you pumped. Then we can definitely make a strong argument that you should keep it. I mean, still, if you're finding it's hours a day to the point where you might get this motivational stuff, but you're still not getting off your ass and doing something, then you might want to put some timers and stuff on your phone. But when used, anyway, so at worst, train it to say, okay, I am only going to allow myself like an hour on Instagram and Facebook and the tickety talk and YouTube, and then I'm going to go and do something. And then you found that way. You don't delete your social media, but you harness it and use it for your personal development. That might be a substitute for a podcast one day or something, I don't know. But after pondering that and even kind of doing a little retrain, I can definitely attest, like, I've found a lot of good from that. And even yourself, when you post, do the same thing. Put inspirational quotes, share stories when you have a win, and also spread that same cheer on your account. But anyway, that's kind of my random thought for this part of the ride, is the whole social media thing.